This is so refreshing. A comment that it's actually refreshing to read from a person that he just left on the last video I made about Leica discussion. I just discovered there's no Leica talk or Leica discussion around, so I can maybe rename the whole thing as a Leica talk. I'm making these series of videos to talk about Leica in general. Especially, I'm a photographer who owns Leica cameras, and I know what is Leica all about, especially when you wanted to have this kind of information that is too hard to get. So I was in your shoe in a way, that I didn't know what to do, what kind of information, and who to believe, which back then, the Leica industry wasn't like today. And to even really prove it, I was the first one to unbox Leica SL in the whole YouTube thing. You can check the date of whoever opened it before me, which doesn't exist. And you can see my date when I bought it. I opened it. I opened even a lens. I talk about the grip. I talk about the whole thing in general. And then I start making series of videos. Why do I believe in it so much? And then, you know, my whole roller coaster, like with the whole journey of Leica, began. It began with the medium format. My first Leica S2. And this is also fun to talk about. So let's talk about this. I critique a lot of people, or in general, about YouTube reviewers or YouTubers. It wasn't really that hard or harsh. It's like what you see is what you talk about, or what I was talking about. So today I'm gonna just talk about it a little bit or some more, so we can get it out of the way. But you may ask yourself, why am I talking about YouTube stuff or YouTube videos or YouTubers in general, especially the one they call themselves content creators. They don't even know what to call themselves anymore. Okay, this is the thing. You want to buy a Leica. Let's forget about the other brands. I don't even want to go in that dirty pool, you know. It's a really messy situation over there. It's like, it's a mess. So, but at least, you know, a mess from a mess is a little bit, you know, better. Let's put it this way. But still under the messy situation. Like, let's say you wanna, you know, Google Leica SL or SL2 or S3 that everybody's freaking out about, and they start making assumptions what to do with it and wait for it to come and just don't buy other cameras. Anyway, these information. Now, before I begin, if you want to buy something, you want to look for something, I don't know, hear about some review about something, you go to YouTube. There's now hardly a day people write an article and with an honest opinion from a professional to almost a professional, especially when it comes to the professional genre. Now, you will see a circle of YouTubers. Most of them are stupid. And they are just making it making a career out of it. It's so stupid when YouTubers say, I'm making a living out of YouTube. It's so stupid. And it's so stupid whoever is actually putting his life into this kind of circle of, you know, I'm making a living from YouTube. I want to make a living from YouTube. And the worst thing is people on YouTube are making videos for the people are on YouTube saying why the YouTubers are leaving YouTube. I don't know who is the stupid, is the one who is in YouTube making videos for living on YouTube, or the YouTube guy is talking about why YouTubers are leaving YouTube because they're not making living from YouTube. How dumb can one person be to spread it all around? Anyway, so once we talk about, like, when we talk about want to Google something, you want to search for something, you want to see video of it. It's nice to see a video, always nice to see a video. And don't get me wrong, when you see something, it's different than you hear about it, and it's different than you read about it. So you see it, even though sometimes you don't touch it, but you see it. And this is where it comes to say, let's see what is this person gonna say. But this person is actually not a real photographer. He's not making like living from photography. He doesn't even have a clue what's going on. He doesn't have a wisdom in photography to elaborate about such a camera, for example, or such a lens. And the whole roller coaster go on with a very messy situation. And this is where some people fall for this thing and they believe it. This is the problem, huh? They believe it and they start saying, you know, they start spreading around with it. They spread around with it. It's like you getting a piece of technology like a camera and everybody put their hands on it to make a review so people have attraction in their YouTube empire thing, which is so dumb. And they start to have some kind of revenue from this whole thing, which it doesn't make sense. And then they start selling you things not related to the situation. For example, if I'm saying this is the best video camera from X company, and you should buy it, I'm gonna put affiliate links or like direct links with so I can get a commission when you buy it. And I'm listing, this is the worst part. So I'm telling you X camera is the best one and you should buy it and it's hot and everything. And I'm listing, I'm using these gears for video. I'm using this gear for a microphone. I'm using this gear as whatever. So why are you telling me about things should buy and you love it so much, but you don't own it? So where are we going? Or you take things from different companies, you put it in your basket and you make every week a review, so you have something going on, and you don't use any of these things you pick to review. And this is the worst thing. There was a YouTuber also talking about cameras or tech in general, I think. And he bought like a machine, or I think it's an arm that you attach a camera on it and it makes moves. I don't really know who this person is and I don't want to know, but I just saw a quick shorts from the shorts. I don't really fall into these things, but sometimes, you know, I say, okay, after 10 shorts, if I don't like anything, I don't like it. But usually I stop because there is a music I like, so I just buy it. So this is the only reason, because, you know, once you just like try to search for something, you know, the whole YouTube thing will give you everything from what you searched for before. So they try to be very helpful. Anyway, so this person said, we bought like an camera arm thing, you know, the one you program. So if you have something here, it start like making, like when you program it, right? It's like it start making moves like whatever that is and whatever. So they spend, I don't know how much money on it. It's of course it's expensive and stupid even to buy, just to show a phone, just to show a camera, just to show a lens in a very artistic way. This is the stupid part. When I go and buy the lens, I'm not gonna buy it because you made these moves from the whole direction. I'm gonna buy it because they have a good optics and I like it and it's gonna work. If you're gonna make a cell phone from that genre, I'm not gonna buy it because of the whole holy grail presentation you made. I'm gonna buy it because I have a good screen, and if I want to use it for phone calls, if the battery is good, if it fits my needs, I'm gonna buy it. That's it. I'm not gonna buy it because you made this whole presentation, the stupid one actually, because when you want to do something like this, you need to have an advertising production company. You're making production for other people, so you can really make money from it also, or you can make work from it, or you make a creative film with it or whatever. But you don't buy it just to make a review on YouTube. And this is also, I think, also not like stupid, but it's very dumb. When people buy these expensive cinematic cameras, like I need to say the names, I don't really like to say names, if you notice from all my videos, but there are some specific things I need to say. For example, like there are some YouTubers, they use red camera. I don't know who are the stupidity. This is absolutely stupid. I tried to Wikipedia stupid. Stupid is very unclever, smart person, and with a grain of salt. So we need to call this person stupid or dumb, because this is not quality. What you're talking about? You don't use a cinematic camera for a quality review, because at the end nobody give a damn. Nobody's gonna say, look at his skin tone, look at this, look at that. And the problem is, this is the even worse, when you or lit up yourself with the lights in a very weird way that if you put a cell phone and you put your red camera or cinematic camera side by side, you don't see a lot of difference. So you killed the reputation of the cinematic expensive camera. And this is not to show off. Everybody can go and buy this camera anyway. But the problem is how you deliver the message to others when you buy a cinematic camera, especially red or airy, it doesn't matter, and you use it for people to see it on a 5-inch screen's phone, and everybody have a very cheap probably monitors, maybe like the one who is watching your videos, especially the audience who cannot afford anything like that. So pure stupidity. And this is unfortunately what we live on today. Like we live in a dumb way that when we put some videos out there for people to watch, these people have something in mind. I want to make money first. I don't know if this is their goal, or they want to make a career, but they want to get married after that because they have to make a living from it. So, and they want to they need a lot of subscribers. Without it, they cannot live, they cannot breathe, and they need likes, and they need shares, and they need everything. So why don't you just do the whole thing for you? And you ask them one question: what is it back for you? Like, how is it gonna make your life easier or better or make you a better person? There's no answer, of course. He's broke. He works at probably in a coffee shop or a waiter in a hotel, and that's it. And he's making videos for a living. So dumb. Or that guy is using cinematic camera, or the other guy is using the arm thing to, for example, to video a product, and then at the end nobody give a damn. It's just like a showcase, which is it doesn't make you like, if you're bored really, and if you're bored and doing these things, I mean, it's a different story, but just don't put it under the title of this is informative, because all these people are thinking they may benefit from this kind of videos they're watching. I didn't skip the Leica talk, don't worry. I mean, I didn't really went far with my I don't know, conversation right now from Leica, but this is all actually is the same thing now. When you see like all these 3D dimension videos and the lights are like just passing by as like one shadow and all that jazz from a camera or like a Leica lens or whatever, because it's what I saw. It's not gonna make you appeal to say, wow, I wanna buy it, it looks amazing, or the camera. You know, this is just a person just put it on the table and he just passed a neon, I don't know, light, and he put the camera in a different angle, and that's it. And he put like a music for 2 seconds and he called it a day. So this is what's happening in the industry in photography. And unfortunately, it's happening also with Leica. And this is where, I mean, whose fault is it really? Like, let's talk about it, because this video is all about talk, right? When I talk about product, I will say it from the beginning. But this is like just for you to sit and relax and just hear me out. And also, you can understand that what's going on really. So when you see all these things happening and you say like, whose fault is it? Now, let's put it this way. If, of course, the company want to sell, right? So when they sell product or cameras, which is good, this product is going to go in someone else's hands or the photographers. And now this person may make really informative videos. Will it be like super high end? Of course not. But will it be something informative that I may relate it to? You know, you have a 50-50 chance, right? The other problem is when these companies giving their cameras to YouTubers for a review. But why you need to give your pasta you cooked to someone to taste it, and he doesn't even like pasta, or go to Italian restaurants, or maybe he cannot afford pasta, let's put it this way also. Let's put all the possibilities to taste it and say, it's made from pasta, it's made from, you know, I don't know, tomato sauce, and it's have a bit of spice in it, and you know, it tastes good and whatever. And then he go to like a burger and he said like, this is the best. Okay, so you told me about the pasta was good, and now the burger is better, and now you go to sushi, it's like this is even the top of the line. So I don't believe any of thing what you say. So why I need to give you a pasta plate to eat and talk about it. I don't need it. If you like pasta, go and try and go to a really good restaurant and try it. You cannot just stop people in the street or Google it or YouTube it and say, is pasta really not good? Nobody's going to tell you these things. If you have, you either cook it at home and just try it and that's it. And it's like, okay, I like pasta, this is me. It's the same thing. Now, when okay, now you're going to tell me I cannot buy the camera just right away. Yeah, you can go and try it. That's why they have stores, right? So why the companies need to give their products to photographers or reviewers, let's put it this way, I'm sorry, because if they're real photographers, they will be doing their profession, right? They're not doing anything else. So why you give people to review your unit and making a mess out of it and the honest review and all that jazz? No need. Why? Because I said it before, by the way, but maybe some companies will start catching up with the I don't want to say the scam, but with the dumb thing is happening now on YouTube, or they're still waiting for some videos to say stop the stupidity you guys are doing. Now you're gonna tell me maybe we need this information. Of course, you need all this information. Who cares? But at the same time, when this is the company's job. Or for example, like let's say if Leica been in some people's hand for review, okay, and they need to review it and then they have to send it back as a loaner and they have to send it back, and he says all the amazing things about it, and then he say another thing about the other camera, the same thing, it goes on and on. So the company, I don't know, they don't feel like they are, I don't know, humiliated a bit. They don't feel that. They don't say like, wow, this guy praised us so much, but at the same time, he just threw us out of the bus, and then he talked about our competitor, if you want to talk about it this way, and he talked about our competitor, he is the best. But he lied to us, this guy. He's a liar. So why did you give your camera from the first place to a liar? You didn't know, really. You don't see the whole circle in his channel or her channel. So you don't need it. Because at the end, none of these people will buy it from someone walking around or just bringing a model or talking about it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that's it. No product, it's enough to be convinced for 10 minutes. Even people have ADD and ACC and CCC and Li. It doesn't matter. Everybody is like now, they cannot hold their eyes for like good information. If it's not 2 minutes long, they're not gonna watch it, huh? So, I mean, this is their maximum. Now I see people like 5 minutes and it's all cut again. Or it have to be with B-roll so people don't, like all the experts on YouTube now, they talk about it. It's like, a normal person, a student, guys work at the coffee shop, nobody just bought 5 lights and he's making like a YouTube studio setup, is talking about it. This is so dumb, really. So why you need to give your amazing luxury handmade unit and then you give it to nobody in a way, and then okay, he's making money from your whatever. If it got millions, I mean, okay, a few hundreds for dollars, it's not bad. If he made that really, if he made it to that point. So why you need to do it? Why? No answer, or it's too hard to explain. So, I mean, you just don't need to do it from the first place, for one. Two, you could just do this information yourself and market it yourself. And I don't know, with Leica, I feel like they are targeting weird audience, to be honest. A lot of people from the new generation are buying a very specific cameras. For example, the Q. The Q is going really great in a way, and then now they make the Q3, I don't know, and with the tilt, and I saw some in the groups, they have a lot of issues with that, but I don't know about it. But anyways, I never tested the Q3 or talked about it because I don't know anything about it, but I can. This is the thing, when you're experienced in photography or you reach a level of like a pro or a master, because now everything you put in front of it pro, it sounds like it's something amazing. So shit? No, shit pro, amazing, I'll buy it. so dumb. So when you master photography, let's use different, philosophy, how we talk and express ourselves. So when you master photography to a certain level and certain year and certain time and all that jazz, you see that if it's under the same title of the same family, there's only going to be tweaks here and there. They didn't change the whole body, they didn't change the lens, they just changed a little bit inside, they just, made the screen up and down, left and right, whatever that is. And that's pretty much about it. Not so much, it still functions the same as the Q in general. So if I bring you the Q and I show it to you and I take a picture, it's exactly function like the Q, 3, 2, whatever. It's the same philosophy, the same focal length, the same everything. You want to crop, you crop here, you crop there. Doesn't matter. The megapixel, it doesn't matter. It's personal choice. Always remember, the megapixel thing, it's a personal choice. You want your picture to be larger, you keep it on large. You want your picture to be smaller or like lighter version, you make it small. It's obvious. Not everybody want, 12 megapixels. They want 24. Some people say I don't want 24, I want just 10. Who cares? Some people, this is even the worst. Some people say, I just want 1,300 pixels by 1,000 pixels because this is how social media works. So where do you draw the line? Do you need megapixels or you want just make 1,000 megapixel, 1,000 pixel? Like, look, it's not even 1 mega, it's like 1 mega. It's like crazy. So where do you draw the lines with all this thing when you see megapixels and crop and depth of field and all that stupid thing? The worst thing also, now we're gonna talk about something else, but let me finish this. The worst thing about the cell phones. Now, the other day I saw a person comparing, again, I don't like to say brands, but, and I comment on it. I say this is so dumb video. How can you compare a phone with a proper camera, with a IC, with a sensor, with a real lens, with a real optics? How many optics in the lens, for God's sake? And how many Carpaccio lens glass in the cell phone? What? Are we going in a very crazy world today? Like, people don't see really the difference between optics and processor, and there is a sensor and there is a huge thing inside to process the whole thing, and it's going really in a proper way to the SD card, and you click on a cell phone and that's it. Like, this is so stupid also to compare that. And this is the funny part. All these comparison that you don't see it printed. Nobody print these things. Only they just do it on, either they show it to you on a cell phone or they show it to you on the back of the screen of the camera. Or they go on their computer, and of course they edit the photo, right? They have to do the shadows, and they have to do the white balance, and they have to do the dynamic range, and they have to do the highlights. So if they're like to recover all of that. This is the worst thing. All of that is zoomed in. People, when they want to look at photos, they don't zoom in. Nobody zoom in, nobody zoom out. They look at the photo as it is. This is how you look at photo. Like, you don't just zoom in, zoom out. Doesn't make any sense. Like, since when we look at photos, we zoom in and zoom out? It's a photo, for God's sake. You zoom in for some certain reasons, and that's it. I mean, it's not even supposed to zoom in. But I mean, if you really need to zoom in for like specific purpose, which is okay. For example, if you want to print and you want to make sure there's no dust, you want to make sure there's no pixels, or maybe if you want to talk about the person, maybe you can fix a little bit of his skin, which is okay, pimples or whatever. This is obvious that not everybody's perfect healthy sometimes when it comes to skin look and whatever. So you zoom in, you fix it. When you zoom out, everything looks good, So that's it. But you don't zoom in all the time and say, I can count the hair. No, honey, you cannot count the hair, because when you zoom out, you cannot count shit. Also, when you print this photo 1 meter high, you can count the hair. You don't count the hair on your phone. It's frustrating, isn't it? Anyway, so back to the Leica talk. You notice also about the cell phone of Leica. What do you guys think about? I mean, I said it before, years ago. I had a video also there. You notice I'm the only one talking about Leica in general. Like, my channel is full of like, what, 80 videos? And mostly you talk about Leica, no? I should call myself a Leica guy. Nah. I'm Ramsey Spencer. I'm a photographer. I just landed myself on a really nice company that I always aim for the best, right? I will talk about the cell phone in a second. But it's a Leica discussion. As a Leica photographer who owns Leica cameras from the Leica brand in Germany, it's nice to own, like, listen, when you master photography, you start looking for the best always. Sometimes also the best of the best is not really relevant sometimes to your work. Don't get me wrong. Like, I could have, like, now just a camera made from the best of the best of the best, but maybe it's not fitting my job, which is obvious, right? Like, let's say about the Leica M11. It's the best of the best of the best, from that genre, right? But it doesn't fit my work, right? So why do I need to buy it? Again, I was thinking about, I love the Leica Q2 monochrome. I'm thinking about it. I would like to, I like to test it also. Maybe I'll contact some Leica or something. I'll see if they have it for test. I never shot with Leica monochrome. I still love this whole thing. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Before that, you may say you can turn your Q to a monochrome. Yes, of course, it's obvious. But it's nice to feel the realistic idea that they made about, we invent a sensor from zero, purely mono, doesn't see nothing but black and white, and it delivers just the black and white. So I need to know if they can give this for like a test or whatever. I'm interested. Anyway, so talking about cell phones and how did you reach this whole thing? Because I made years ago about a cell phone that maybe Leica should not go to the cell phone department, and it's in my channel. And then a few years later, I don't know when, but you can see the dates, they made a cell phone, which is from Sharp, right? I think they made it for them, something like that. C1, F1. I'm bad with this, but I didn't pay too much attention anyway, as you see, for a cell phone. So they trying to, I said the cell phone company, I said Leica maybe shouldn't really go to this department, because the cell phone in general, or smartphone in general, it's a very deep market, and it's very, very competitive, right? How can you fight in this deep pool? It's too hard. It's too hard to swim even in it. You are good with cameras. Leica is amazing with cameras. It's amazing with optics. It's amazing with that department. I think this is where you need to keep, not the bubble closed, but to keep this whole thing alive and your style, but at the same time, a little bit of twist here and there and a little bit of salt here and there. It's great on your product for the next generation. But when you start making the cell phone thing or the smartphone thing branded as Leica, with a camera also branded as Leica, which is not really all that Leica inside anyway. So, like, okay, you sell like what, 1,000 unit, 2,000 unit, I don't know how many, few thousands, I don't think millions, of course, but okay, and then what is it? That's it. So, like, it's like an experiment thing. It's like, let's experiment things. It's just, let's see. Oh, it's gone? It's not gone? Oh, it didn't work out. why do I need to do this, you know? So I said it before. I said, like I don't think a phone or a cell phone or a smartphone, it's relevant because the competition is super high. And also, when it comes from a camera company, it's not really that great because you need to follow up with a lot of things. And Leica doesn't have the department for it. And even if you want to hire someone else to do it for you, it's not the same as you do it like what you do in the house. So this is something really supposed to be considered. But I mean, again, it's your thing, it's your company, it's your everything. It's up to you. But if you had fun doing it and you didn't lose money and you just had like, you know, someone give you a gift, the whole factory to make, I don't know, like, you know, 100,000 units for free, and you say like, you know, we didn't lose anything, it was a good experiment, we had fun with it, and that's it, we're not going to do it again, with all means, ignore what I say. But if you really put your money in it and investing in it, I don't really know, because now whatever is going inside, it may stays inside and that's it, and there's nothing to follow up with these kind of phones. It's just one thing. And now don't forget, the phones are generation now. If you if you have like something really old now, it's not going to accept all these kind of applications you used to have in your new phones. So the phones are aging. So, and the programs and the softwares are advancing, and they cannot keep up with the old stuff no matter how advanced it's going to be. You know what I mean? So, okay, a few years later, the phone or this Leica phone, it's not gonna function the way it's supposed to because most of the application doesn't fit in because of the software and there's nobody's taking care of it. So the whole genre thing about this whole thing. So this is where it's not really good to experiment things like that, especially if you 100% know what's going on. But under the photography thing, because if it's a cell phone, it's not gonna work because all these phones taking really good photos anyway. It's not the great, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's just like it's a photo. It's like a screenshot anyway. It's like what you see in the screen, okay, click, you screenshot it and that's it. So if you did a screenshot or if you click the button, it's the same thing. Do you see a lot of details? Of course not. Do you see a lot of like artificial like look? Of course yes, because everything looks fake. So it's different between you put like a real optics with front of the sensor and you start dealing with that. And it's also amazing, guys, when you see Leica is creating until today like a Leica film camera. It's not dead. This is the point, that photography still exists as the originality, the way it was discovered from the first place, or they're not discovered really, the way they innovated it or they created it. They put the film inside the house of this kind of like a body, and it have to be dark, and you click the shutter and that's it. This is photography. Today, this is photography. Photography is not about menu inside the menu inside the menu, and you need all these kind of features in a camera and all that thing and all these megapixels. So before the digital thing, how many times we go to the store and say like, no, I don't want this film. It's like I have 1 megapixel, you know. I want that film. It's like 300 megapixels. That's what I want. You just buy the film itself and that's it. You call it a day. You get, I don't know, whatever, 24 shots, 36 shots, or 10 shots if it's a medium format. So that's it. Whatever you click, it's gone. Bye-bye. So before, we used to have a film to just put the photo on it and then develop the whole thing and take it as a picture, and you can make it as big as you want. Depends on the material you own or have or they have. Today, if people see a 10 megapixel like camera, they don't buy it. It's like, they say it's old. Maybe it's new, but no, it's old. It's like, what do you want? It's like, oh, I just need like at least 24 or 36 or 50 now. But what's the point when you have a 50 megapixel camera and you put it all the way to 24? It's like, maybe one day I use it. No, you don't. Because if you use it right now. It's like, this is exactly the same thing what we had the discussion about the SL and the LL2. So once you have more megapixel than SL2, it doesn't mean that you're going to use all of it because you're going to shrink it down. And then they made the SL2S and they're going back to square one with a 24 megapixel. So why from 24 megapixel to SL2 with so many megapixels to SL2S with 24 megapixels again? What's going on really? Why this whole like ding dong thing? So the experiment here, it's really, I don't want to say it's a failure, but it's a bad thing. So as a video like this, like a talk, like a discussion, it's nice to discuss these kind of scenarios, because when you see a really great company like Leica, for example, I wish we're sitting in the table and we talk. No, it's nicer. But you know, I think everybody's far. Anyway, but when you see all these kind of line up, and I said it before, this eventually is gonna be killed, this line. They're gonna make another one. It have to be. Like the way the S format, S medium format, I don't know if it will work like the M generation. The M generation is absolutely different, because the M generation, it was from film. It turns to digital. The SL, it's already digital from the beginning. And now it's like you buy a house and you keep changing the furniture inside. You are not satisfied so much with the furniture inside. But sometimes when you buy like a house from zero and you really structure it and design it the way you want, and you buy the amazing furniture based on the whole house, I don't think you will take the furniture out and then put another furniture, because you have to do it. And then you say, no, we have to do it again, and you go another furniture, and then you do it again and again, over and over. It's the same thing. So now we're having an SL3 on the block, right? And I will make a very shocking video about like if it really matters, all these series. Now people think I'm against the company or anything. Absolutely not. I love the company so much, and if I don't like it, I will not make all these advices about cameras. I won't make again, I won't make all these advices about cameras or tell people to buy this or just do it. I'm not getting anything from you guys. Do whatever you want. And I see 100% amazing feed, positive back. This is called the message been delivered to the right people, and everybody's happy. Do I get anything from it? No. Is it nice to be nice? Of course, yes. Is it stupid to make a YouTube setup and talking about product after product after product and praise all the products as they all like came from one mother? Of course, it's so stupid and it's wrong. And this shouldn't be done. So this is why all the YouTubers, mostly the one reviewing units, are stupid. Because if you follow along with them, everything they say, it's an acting, lying, just to get, again, free things, and they don't deliver the message right. And this is how very much about it. Or they try and press you with to buy like a cinematic camera for YouTube videos, which is so dumb. And the studio, everything looks bad, and it's the same thing. YouTube set up lights and screensaver and all that jazz, and it doesn't make sense at the end because you see it on a phone, dimmed, bad coloration, and you don't even care what's going on because you just want to entertain yourself. Because people with money, they want to spend something, they either listen to accurate information that it came from a legit source, not a circ source, and then they actually go and confirm it with the store. So online, offline, this is how it needs to be done. I wish I found really good information about the Leica SL before I buy it, or I bought it, right? But I didn't find anything, so I had to do like kind of going back and forth. And I did really go back and forth. First of all, I did the test drive because Leica was offering a test drive. So when I did the test drive, I really liked it. And then one day, my friend was getting married. So when he got married, he told me, I want you to do my wedding. So I told him, sure. And I told him, man, I have like a, S2, the medium format, S2P. I told him, man, I need to buy a camera for you or rent one because I don't really do these kind of events. But it's good now you open up my mind because I have friends and they're getting married. So maybe I need to put my position in I need a fast camera. And then the SL came out. And then I said like, I went to the Leica store, I remember, and I told them I need this camera and I need the lens with it, which is the 24-90, which is this is the only thing you can buy from Leica. And that's it. And he gave it to me with one battery, of course. And he told me test drive it for a few days and bring it back. I told him, of course, I'm going to test drive it because it's my friend's wedding and I need to do. I have no clue what I was doing with the camera. The camera feels premium. It's like you're having so much expensive watch only made for you, and it costs billions wearing it. This is how it felt as a photographer. And then, you know, the funny part is, I don't know what to look for the viewfinder because, you know, I came from a film generation. So do I look in the viewfinder or look at the screen outside? It's like, you know, I'll just look from the screen outside. It's all digital. It's all amazing. Look at everything. It looks amazing. The colors are amazing on the screen. And then people ask you questions like, what is this? What is this? Like, it's Leica. You know, I'm used to the Leica thing because from my S2P medium format. So, and then what happened is I tried to put my mind into it. And, you know, it was super, super, super expensive to buy. So I returned it back. I looked at the files. I freaked out. I said like, damn, this is the camera I need to buy. This is my next camera. What do I do? And of course I made a video about I tried all the cameras and this is what I landed on. And you can see all the jazz from my video. So was it the right choice to buy not SL1, like SL1 camera, but I bought two SL and I have it in my videos. You can see them. I unboxed them and I talked about them. So I have two SL and two bodies. And I also, of course, I have the Q because it's the same sensor. It's nice to have like kind of like a nice like solid ground with the same quality. And I bought the 24, of course, I need to buy the 24-90, which serves me so well. It gives me exactly what I want. It takes pictures. It's a lens. It's designed to take pictures. If you put it in the camera, it takes pictures. It doesn't matter the calling kind of full frame, aperture, the numbers, fast, not fast. And then I bought also the 50, the Leica SL, the 50, the big one, the 1.2, I think. That one goes to 1.2, right? I never go to 1.2. I never go to 2.4, 2.8. No, I always shoot like what? 5.6 and up, 6.3 and up. So why people are so freaked about the low lighting? If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to set your camera right with ISO, with everything, you're not a real photographer. You're just like someone is whining and crying about things. And this is where I said before, not everybody's buying a camera, doesn't know how to operate it. That's why they're complaining for it. And this is the worst thing, when the company listens to these kind of morons complain about the camera, and the camera have nothing wrong going on with it. And then they listen to this moron because it doesn't know how to do the camera. And all of a sudden, it's a man error more than a company error. And this is when it's sadly you see different versions of cameras just being put out there for no reason. And then, you know, it's like, you know, like the other day I saw maybe 4 or 5 people asking anybody selling their Leica Q for a good price. We don't want the Leica Q2. So it hits me. I said, like, why people are looking for the Leica Q and they're not looking for the Leica Q2 like all the freaks out there. And then I understand that some people understand real photography. They just want a really good camera with a good quality, which they understand that Leica is good for, and they're good for the quality. And then they say like, so why I need to look for Leica Q2 and it costs, for example, XXX dollars, and I can almost get what I want from the Leica Q. So, you know, some people really use their brain. And there are like, what, 5 of them from 1 million? I wish I can meet all of them. And we have a coffee and we discuss the whole thing because we have like a common ground. But when you see all these things going on, really, the stupidity going on, and this is the worst thing, when they say, is Leica SL worth it in 2024? Is Leica Q, it's worth it in 2026? It's like, are you stupid or what? So why didn't you say this a year ago, for example? Why are you saying it now? It's just again, just to do the subs and to do the views and to look good out there. It's just like so stupid, really. And then what's gonna happen? Nothing. Nothing. You're gonna like go back to work, going back to your work 9 to 5, and that's it. And you call it a day and nothing to do, you know? So annoying. So this whole YouTube is annoying, really. I watched a video the other day talking about a new thing. It's like a small camera thing. I said like, do you give up on your Leica camera and just buy this thing, or you go follow with the hype, or what's going on? Let's see where this is gonna go. The guy doesn't even know what's going on. First of all, he said he's a professional photographer. This is one. Then he said he have all the professional equipment. And then he said all this teeny tiny camera can do the same job. And then he complained about this teeny tiny camera. He was praising so much for the whole video and saying it's gonna set you back because of the focal length, or because of this, so he named 10 errors of this camera. So why are you making a stupid video about it, you stupid guy? It's so stupid. Sometimes you don't know if you should cry, you should, I don't know, laugh, or should like, what the hell is going on with the world, you know? Also, there is a guy talk about the Leica SL. It's like, is it really worth it right now? And like he's saying it like it's like a dead cat. He give it to you. It's like, here, is it alive? Man, it's a camera. Film cameras, when they were used to be film, or when it's film already, they didn't say back then if it's still relevant. Yes, it's still relevant until even today. How many years we have a film camera? How many years? XXX years. Until today, we still have it, and Leica still make this camera. You still have it, you still open the lid, the back of it, you put the film, you roll the film, you close it, you rewind it a little bit, chick, that's it. Film, taking photos. You just have a different method of viewing it, for God's sake. Will I salute Leica for making a new film camera and pricing it the same as the digital camera that everybody's freaking about because it doesn't do anything besides you need to work for it hard? Yes, I embrace it so much, and I salute you, Leica, because what you did is actually called passion of photography. And I like that you're still targeting the right people with this department in film, not so much in digital, but in film you're still targeting your audience. You're targeting these photographers who grew up with film and they tried the digital and they didn't like it, and they said like, I want to go back to what I grew up with, which is film, roll the film and enjoy myself, photography, and do all that thing. I don't want to have a digital camera, have so much things in it, and at the end, this digital camera is gonna do exactly the same job of the film camera, because this one I put aperture, and you put shutter speed, and you put your ISO from the film. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna put shutter speed, I'm gonna put the aperture, and I'm gonna set the ISO. All these shunky, monkey thing inside the menu, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because at the end, once you click to take the photo will be taken. Whether you like it or not, you took the photo. This is not like I don't know, a cell phone photo that you do all these menu stuff you want and you apply the filters you want and you it's like you screenshot the whole whatever you see in the thing, or you go inside and you tweak so much things around, because this is actually what's built for. The smartphones, especially the big ones, are not really smartphones, are like it's like a mini tablet. It is. You have application in it. It's like a really mini tablet PC thing, if you want to think about it. It has applications, it has software. When we used to have PCs and laptops until today, you download the software. If you want like have a software program for like your edit for photos, or you want to do like videos, whatever, you have the same thing on your smartphone, which is a tablet, which is a screen, all in one thing. So you don't need like actually a keyboard or a mouse, because you already have it as a software. You can see it and you can interact with it. So the cell phone actually is just a mini tablet from a big tablet, and it's a very micro computer that it can function as a real computer. Instead, you don't have a computer, which is almost 80% of people don't have computers. They don't even know about it, because they're like, I can't make everything on my phone. If you listen to this, only professional people use computers because they know what's going on between this one and that one. This is an entertainment industry, and this is a professional industry. And this is where, you know, when you talk about these people, when they say like, you know, all these kind of like functions inside the camera, and they complain about the camera so much, and they don't know what to do with it. And no, you don't have to buy the Leica SL2 now, just wait for the Leica SL3. And this moron, he's advising the whole world about stupidity that he doesn't even know how to fix in himself first. So go on. So many people like post their photos they taken with Leica. They are so happy about it, which is amazing. And then you see them after a while, they're backing off and they say like, I don't like this camera anymore. I want something more advanced. It's like, what advanced you're talking about? Why you need something advanced, and you're already, from what we see, you're doing nothing with the camera anyway. And this is when I said, you guys are not, well, I mean, most of the people are not using the whole camera 100% in their functionality. Why? Because there is so much things going on in a camera. This is not a camera anymore, it's a computer. It's a camera, it's like a 3 things, or maybe 4 things if you want to be precise, huh? Again, ISO, shutter, aperture, and then you have the fourth thing is your focus system, which is the thing in the middle. You see it, you know where to focus, and that's it. The viewfinder on the M11, the whole M series, for some of them you have the 2 pictures together. They have to click together, right? This is crazy. This is how you used to focus, and you have to focus like this, so your image will come beautifully focused. Today, the whole camera needs to do the focus for you, and it needs to decide if I should take the shot or not, or should I do this or should I do that, or what do you think about the white balance, honey? Would you like it a little bit cooler, or would you like a little bit hotter? You know, what are you guys gonna have a conversation with the camera from now on? It's like, honey, I want you to take amazing photos, okay? It's like, okay, I'll take photos for you, amazing. What else do you want? I want, you know, you're focusing to be good, not because I don't know. I'm not a photographer. I'm not a photographer, okay? You are the photographer. Oh my God, really? It's like, yes, you are a camera. You're a beautiful camera. You know, you do all the things, and I just want to carry you around and say like, I have, you know, the best camera, and you know, I'm sorry, I could not afford a really expensive lens, so I have to put a shitty lens on you, and this is how you become, I don't know, something. It's like, but some people like, you know, buy me a good lens with the camera, with the body. It's like, yes, honey, but I cannot do these things. So anyway, you need to take a really good photos for me and everything. What do you want me to do? I don't know, just look at the screen and that's it. And just maybe click on the shutter a little bit. So the picture will be taken. Honey, I cannot do everything for you. At least you need to shutter me. This is exactly the generation of today. Some of the old generation are coming to this kind of trend, by the way. They're doing this thing. They are like saying, I like this feature. I don't like this feature. I don't like this feature. How many times these crazy people complain about the film camera when the film camera was around? How many times? How many complaints? If Leica, I don't know, hopefully Leica is maybe watching my videos for entertainment and purposes, how many people, I want to ask you this direct question, hopefully you guys will answer, and look at it, it's at the end, maybe at the end of the video, how much? We're like an hour less. Anyway, a question for Leica. How many real photographers send you a complaint letter, because, you know, back then there wasn't technology like this today. How many, even maybe they walked into your reception desk and say like, I'm complaining about your camera because it doesn't have this feature. I would love to have an answer from you guys if you would like to answer. But I will ask like a direct also. I will see what's up with that. But yeah, how many? What they gonna complain about? What exactly they gonna complain about? They used to do sports with film. They used to do art with film. When I say used to, I'm gonna like also back it up with they still. They used to do fashion with cameras until today. Damn, today they still do with film because it makes people look great. It's the originality of like how things supposed to look like. How many times like you see all these amazing photos and you say like how they done it? 80% because they were using the original method of how to do photography. And until today, you can see that all these technology that they are trying to put the new technology mix it with the old one. Do you notice that there are so many filters called old school film? This filter is from the 80s. Or the videos, they're selling you now plugins how to make a VHS look. But I thought everybody's looking for the 8K and everybody's looking for crystal clear, sharp photos and videos. And they're looking for all this thing and they want everything to be super mirror, crystal clear, diamond sharp. Where is all these wishes? You know, all of a sudden you're looking to make a vintage video VHS plug-in on top of your 8K footage? What's going on? So you can see the originality of photography. It's always stand out. Never with the whole kind of, it's like you buy a computer. I don't know back then, well until today. You know, you buy the computer, you upgrade the CPU, you upgrade the RAM, and you keep, you know, tweak it here and there. So until when I'm gonna keep tweaking it, you know? So okay, the computer maybe it's not really a best example, but I mean, it's like it's becoming like the camera industry is becoming like that in a way, because the computer you keep upgrading all the time. You need faster RAM, faster this, faster that, unless you max it, everything max to the max that the software doesn't even know what's inside the computer. And this is what's happening in the industry. You have to keep pushing the camera, do things that we go back to the square one of just taking a photo of this person or taking a group photos of really friends or making an art photo for this magazine. This photo art in the magazine, they are not going to ask for all these kind of complication. This is what I have also as an advice. You know what? I'm going to keep it for the next video. So the next video, I'm going to talk about maybe improvements, a real feedback from a photographer and all that. So let's keep it this way. Anyway, hopefully you guys like my Leica talk and discussion. Yes, it takes a lot of subjects around, but it's all related. Because if I don't talk about these things, it may come to like a bit with short information. But when I talk about this, I'll talk about this, I'll talk about that, the way I explained to explain it in the beginning of the video. Now you understand where I'm coming from. And when you see all these kind of reviewers and there's this guy, I don't know, he's Asian, whatever his name is. He used to work with the TV and he finished. This guy is talking about cameras like no tomorrow. It's like you and I having a coffee, he's talking about the camera. Is he a legit person with his review? Absolutely not. Will I even take his advice to go and buy a coffee from this coffee shop that he embraced so much? I absolutely will not believe this person. Why? Because every single camera he's talking about, he's just talking about it and making it look like as a joke. In a positive way or it's in a negative way, because he's not a real photographer. He's not doing it for a living, for example. So why I need to listen to someone who's not doing something for a living the way I am doing it for a living? So this is where the stupidity come, and I believe this kind of thing, and probably you believe that thing, and you end up saying, what's going on? you hold like 500 cameras, and you talk about all of them, and I don't follow up with what you say. But I'm interested in one camera from the 500. What do you think about it? It's like, oh, don't take it. But what if I take it? What's gonna happen? Maybe I will have a amazing. You know what? I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna take it. I took it. Wow, man, I love it. I love the colors. I love how it looks. I love. It's like, you lied to me, and you should give him shit. Why? Because he told me don't take it. So where do we draw the lines of stupidity and who to believe? And all these liars are playing games online, because this is what's not need to be done with really good luxury cameras around, especially like it have the weight and kind of reputation. And this is where also you have a Leica, you start feeling weird. It's like, your camera is all over the internet like everybody else in a very dumb way talking about it. And this is not supposed to be done from the first place. Other cameras, maybe it's okay because this is the way they want it to be and this is the way they wanted to have it, but not the really good ones, not the handmade ones, not the German ones. Germans! Just say made in Germany by Germans. It's like goosebumps everywhere. It's like, damn. It's like, something right must be going on. Just saying Germans, made in Germany. So imagine the whole philosophy about it, it's crazy, huh? But it's good talk, good to express yourself, as an artist, maybe. An artist, but it's nice to a creative mind, let's put it this way. I don't want to, I in a humble way, as an artist, as a creative person, creative producer, art director, in the field of art and fashion and modeling industry, it's nice to talk about the other side of the tools you're using and embrace them and give them a support and tell them you guys are doing really great and stuff like that. But sometimes when you see mistakes happen, it annoys you because you may have a voice to say, you guys you should look more carefully maybe, or something like that. I know we are in a survivor mode between all this competition and all that jazz. I know all that thing. So I think about the whole picture in general, of course. But anything could happen. Anything could change. If you have the right tools, you have the right philosophy how to do things, it will work. But not to go through everybody else's route or whatever. A lot to talk about for next time, and next time probably we will talk about gear in specific, and I still have a lot of prints to show you guys, and I promise to print online while I'm with you guys to show you what's going on and stuff like that, and we will talk about more advices and stuff like that. It's gonna be more interesting. The Leica talk, I think it's really nice. Express your feelings, talking about what you use, why you like it so much, why you like the company so much. There's no hate, of course. There's no hating on something. You can see I'm talking about a product I own, I bought with my own money, and this is actually also most important. It's not like someone is just handed to you a camera, talk about it and send it back in a week. This is so dumb, and then you don't believe if he said this is water from not water. I will never believe these people, and this is only one from all these YouTube stuff, and this not should be happening with the luxury department in photography, especially when you walk with your camera. This is the best feeling when you walk with your camera and it's a Leica. Maybe 10 will pass by you and they don't know it, but 5 will pass by you and they will look at you and they was like, this guy have an expensive camera, this is Leica. I walking the other day in a hotel, it's like he was talking to his wife, it's like, the guy have Leica about me. So it's like, hey man, what's up? I have yeah, what is this? This is the TL, what do you have? It's like, oh, I have the Q, I love it. It's like, are you kidding me? Tell me about it, it's the best, I have it. So you can see people know this thing, they know that, but when you walk with the normal camera that everybody have, which is, the competition ones, nobody's gonna stop you, nobody's gonna talk to you, nobody's gonna even look at you. but only the one with Leica. It's the magic thing. And this magic is supposed to hold itself together to keep the magic going on. And this is an amazing feeling, because the way I buy this camera for my own money to support the company, that person or photographer also bought that camera with his own money to support the company. So for us to communicate by the camera company that we also bought their product, this is the nice thing. But the not nice thing is to have our amazing camera kind of thing going on with other people are not really worth it, because at the end they're gonna talk about stupid things about this kind of a thing, or they're gonna just try to be the one, and they're all like just a joke and liars and dumb people. This is how I think about it, and this is how I look at it, and this is what I see from it. This is called wisdom. You have to be wise to see these things. People they are not really wise when they see all these things. Google now thing about a phone, you will see like, so much endless pages of videos, everybody talking about it. And go and watch their YouTube setup and all that thing, and they don't even know what's going on. Everybody copy paste the other one. That's it. Why? Because they have no identity, they have no creativity, they have nothing to talk about, they don't even know what to talk about, because they just need to put something out there to the world, and that's it. And who follow along? The stupid people like them. Speaking about clever people and photographers and Leica guys and photographers and the Leica stuff, I just opened an amazing Facebook group for all of us photographers. It's called Leica Group. It's called LEICA CLUB. This club, it's contain all the photographers who have the Leica M, the Leica CL, SL, M, Deluxe, C-Lux, all the Q, Q2, all the genres, S the S series, the medium format, the Leica Sofrot, the one with the film, all of that, all under one place, one group. It's called LEICA CLUB. It's amazing, a lot of members inside already, and we're so happy. It went really, really successful, because everybody's trying to look their own group for their own camera. And this is where I said, like, you know what, why don't we just all come together? Why you need to look for your own group, and you only have maybe other photographers in Leica, they're not interested maybe and to see this kind of like a thing. Why I need to be in this group? No, it's nice to see everything. And this is where it can really success, because each picture you see, it's taken from a different camera under one group. It's different than just a gallery or photography, because this one you can also discuss if you like to sell something, if you have a question, all that thing. We're having a lot of people from all over the world, and I'm so happy for it and grateful that we made something really successful. Please join us. I will just leave you an easy link to click. And if you like to see my real work, that I don't talk like as all these dumb people, I'm a real photographer and I know what I'm talking about, and at least you're talking to a photographer, not to a person making jokes about stuff and companies and disrespectful to all these people are innovating something we like to use, and they are turning it as a joke. So you can have a look at my work at ramsino.com, expertotv.com, ramseyspencer.com, and you can see, if you like to see what I do from my backstage, my social thing, you can see at Ramsey Spencer. And this is pretty much about it. Hopefully you like this kind of, different videos. And according to one of the guys, I think his name is David, hopefully I'm right. He said it's so refreshing to see all this kind of like videos, what I did, than what you have already online, which is ridiculously a joke. And when the camera companies are falling for this kind of a trend, because it's not a trend, because most of these people, audience and themselves, don't believe in the product, they don't own the product, and they don't even put it to their full potential. And that's pretty much about it. So I'm happy we are making a change. And again, like a little bit of here, a little bit there, everything is going to be okay. We don't need millions of photographers. We don't need millions of subscribers. We don't need millions of views. Whoever is watching this is the real deal. And whoever is watching that, there's an audience just like bored. And that's pretty much about it. And we don't want bored people. We don't want people cannot afford these kind of things. We don't want people, they're looking for the cheapest thing. We don't want people that they just want to entertain themselves. They want to watch a video before they go to bed, or they're bored. We don't want people are following this person because he's just crazy and that's it. We want people, for example, know what they're doing, what they want. They know how to use the technology, and they know what's going on, and they don't complain and whine and mine all the time, and they can use their brain a little bit just to how to be out there with what they have, and they don't need to go crazy banana asking for a lot of things that they're not going to use at the end, like all these people, and then at the end they're not going to buy it because they just want to put themselves out there, and this is it. And then it's like, hey, what's up? Why didn't you buy? It's like, nah, I just want something else. It's like, really? So why you were crying like 5 minutes ago? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.